much paper?
Maybe for this spot, but I don't know, maybe it's okay, you know. I think the bottle probably will keep this stuff in so it doesn't lift out.
Yeah. But to higher the clay content in the mix, you probably want to have more paper.
Yeah, to control the shrinkage.
Yeah.
So, out here, a little egg, bigger egg, couple of little chicks, and then a hen, and on the end a rooster.
Yeah, I like that.
All done with kind of basically paper mache type of idea, you know?
What do you think?
I think that'd be fun.
Alright, so we're back at it again. This is the second day we're working on the Fiber Adobe portion of the shed. And it's coming along pretty well. We're moving along pretty fast, I think. But I don't have a whole lot of experience with this. Come along, let me show you what's going on. So we finished a good section of this wall yesterday. And now we're coming along the corner. And the thing with the Fiber Adobe is you want to work from the bottom up, not going too high too fast, because it could all start to peel down from the weight and it drying out. So far I think it's been working out pretty well, right? Nothing too far coming off the...
It's staying up.
It's staying up. Grace has been working on doing a lot of the bottle work here on the front of the shed. Doing an amazing job.
Thanks. I'm anxious to see how it looks when it's done and the light comes through it. I think that will be real pretty.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. We need more of these lizards out here.
We need more of anything that eats flies.
Maybe we should start eating flies.
No. What do you think about a sun sculpture outside of the shed?
It's a she shed. What do you think about a lady sculpture on the outside of it? Do you want to talk a little bit about any kind of technique that you've been using?
Well, usually take a handful, smack it in against the wall.
Is that the technical term? Smack it in?
Smack it in. And then kind of work it in with my fingertips. You want to get it through all the wire so it really grabs into there. You don't want to push too hard because we're working on both sides of the wall, so you don't want to push through the other side of the wall, but you want to, you know, get in enough that it sticks. And I've been kind of leaving my fingertip marks in there to give the next layer something to grab onto. Since we're doing another layer in here, we're doing a layer of the stucco on the outside or the plaster.
And what do you think? Is it better to work actually from the inside?
It seems like it.
Because it's a thicker layer.
It's thicker. So get that thicker side in and then
And
go
then
into
just
the
kind of
other
like
side and push it in.
get that lighter layer and push it in more.
That's about the height.
Learning that wire work after all.
So, putting in the last bottle here, and to get the bottle up to the right height, I'm packing dirt, this Fiber Adobe down in the bottom, so that it'll sit more squarely inside the window box. And then Peter's going to cut out the wire around it, just enough to expose the wire in. Once it's in place, so that's about the right height. And then he's cutting out around it, but make sure you leave enough wire to wrap around.
Yeah,
and then the top of it's going to get wired in so it doesn't fall out. My theory is that because the bottle's in there taking up space, it's going to control some of the clay shrinkage. So those little sections of walls will sit tighter than the ones that are just all fiber. Like that little one there on that side lifted out, which made an interesting block. And everything's a learning experience. So this one shrunk. It's a little bit loose. I think there's just a couple of ways to fix it. One would be to push it in and screw in, or drill a hole through and then wire it and then put a patch over the top of it. But maybe just screwing it in would hold it in place better with a long screw. Or if you're going to panel something over the top, who cares?
Yeah. Depending on how much paneling we have left over, I might just throw panels over it and then it'll be insulation.
Yep. And then it's not going to go anywhere. It'll
Exactly.
be stuck on the wall. So you're going to have to cut the fencing wire this out to about here. And maybe it'd help if you cut that out first. You need the bigger pliers for that, don't you? We could take the stucco wiring and wrap it around the little bit that's left sticking out. The last one I had to make my own.
They cut this out.
You see where the edge of the bottle is? Yeah, to there.
So cut that whole part because it's wrapped right.
A little closer, right there. Because you got to follow the shape of the bottle.
So to talk a little bit about our process, we got the shredded paper there that we've gotten from Douglas. Bring it over here. And then we just picked up we were thinking about getting a tub, but we ended up like seeing the prices for those things. They were like around 50 bucks for the size we wanted. And then we picked up this kiddie pool at Walmart for 15, and that seems to be doing an excellent job so far. And then we just fill it up maybe 4 or 5 inches of water, put in the shredded paper, let that soak. Doesn't really need to soak that long. Recommended maybe for a few hours, but when we get going, when we move through the stuff, we just kind of put it in there, let it soak until we need some more, and then it's usually fairly good at that point. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Can usually cycle through it pretty fast, just as long as it soaks up the water pretty fast. And we throw the paper right into the tubs. Add the soil mixture. Right now we're going heavier on paper than we are the soil, correct?
Yes, because we found since our soil has a heavy clay content, there's a lot of shrinkage, and the paper helps hold it together better. So that's something to consider in your mix. How much clay you got.
I'm only aware of shrinkage on the cold days. And then actually, even just for a few of us here working, we're going through the raw materials pretty quick. How many bags of paper would you say we've gone through now? This is our 8th bag, isn't it? So be aware of that, anyone looking to get into Fiber Adobe. You're gonna need a lot of paper. Find a good paper source.
And did you talk about where we... Yeah, you did. So this is all recycled paper from our local garbage transfer station.
Look at that wasp. That's huge. That's the tarantula.
It is.
Looking for you.
It's gonna get you. It's coming
Oh,
back.
it's coming back. It's a T-Hawk. It wants some water. Get it.
There it is. Look at it.
So instead of this paper ending up in like going to like a landfill or something like that, we can build with it. So this is the way our new mix looks. You can tell it's a lot lighter than what we were using the other day.
But did you already talk about your table?
I did not talk about my table. Do you want to talk about my table?
Yeah, we brought a table out here. Makes it a lot easier to mix on. Because before we were just crouching on the ground. Our backs were killing us. And then we got this yard cart. And our bins fit in there really nicely, so we use that to wheel it around. That's been working out really good.
Not only is it easier on the body, but it makes the work go a lot faster.
Yeah.
Well, you're not busted up.
And this canopy is nice. So we can mix in the shade.
One helps keep the mix a little drier before taking it out to use, and then two, it keeps the sun off of us. Which helps keep us a little fresher.
Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.